who wants to hear the story about the guy that I was seeing who was also seeing his sister. I meet this guy on Hinge, okay? He's gorgeous. Like, he looks just like Leo from Tell Me Lies, okay? Gorgeous. So he drives 2 hours to take me on our first date, and we had been talking for a couple weeks at this point, and this is right before or right after my divorce. So like, I would never do this now. I would never do this now. But I was like, okay, like, why don't you just like stay the night after our date? Girl, be so real. Do you think that's a good idea? No. I'll call him Tony. That's not his name. I was like, I opened my door.
Man, you letting them stay the night out of the first shit? Oh, that's why y'all like them snow bunny. No, hey, no lie. Quick story time, right? Now, y'all know I don't play. Well, I won't say this back in my single days, right? I would never see myself getting like, I'm trying to talk from past tense. So in my past life, right, before I got married and all of that, I would never, and y'all already know how I feel about the snow bunnies. Like, I couldn't date a snow bunny. But I did, crack a couple of them back in the day, but like, I couldn't like be seen in public with them. That was my thing. Like, I'm not finna go out of this house with you. You feel me? I would crack them though. You feel me? That was fun for that time in the past. But I had snow bunny, right? First time I met a cracker. Tell me why she gave me a key to her apartment. The first time I met her. I swear. No lie, bro. No cap. And then I would literally go over there, literally like a job every weekend. I would go over there like Saturdays, I think. And she got to the point where she was like, I don't want to do this. I want to get in a relationship. And no, that wasn't happening. I never seen it since. Thanks. Sorry about the helicopter, the airplane, but we're gonna get back. Wait, hold up. Y'all hear that? With another reaction, you feel what I'm saying? But hey, man,
I said Tony.
Wait, hold up, man, it just started, golly. But yeah, man, I do be giving out money for my supporters, so make sure y'all comment. And man, I will be doing a party at 100,000 subs, man, in my home city, Birmingham, Alabama, and I also will be doing a $2,500 giveaway, so y'all don't miss that. Let's get to the video, fam.
And he looks up and starts skipping stairs to get to me. And he gives me a big hug, and he has flowers. He was like, I'm so excited to like actually see you. And I was like, me too. And I was like, I'm finishing getting ready, like come in, whatever. He takes me to dinner. He has a really nice car. He takes me to a very nice restaurant. I'm like, okay, this guy has his life together. He had gotten out of the military. I won't say which branch. And he was getting his master's. So I was like, his life is like put together. I'm obsessed. And the conversation is so good. And he's so interested about my interests, which is like not typical. A lot of people just don't want to talk about neuroplasticity and how cool it is. That's like one of my biggest interests. He was clocked in. He was ready, okay? He was applying for the job to be my boyfriend. And he's telling me about him, and he grew up on a farm in a southern state, and he was homeschooled. But like not the type of homeschool where you're with other kids, the type of homeschool that it's just you and your siblings, okay? And he has a sister who is like a year younger, 2 years younger. Anyways, so we finished the first day. He stays over. He's already texted me about our next date. He's excited. He's like really into it. So he says, why don't you come by me, which is by like Eastern, like ECU. I think that was the school he was getting his master's at. And he was like, we'll do like some fun mini golf. I'll take you to this hot dog place. He knows I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Leading up to the date, I was feeling like sketched out for whatever reason. For really no reason. He was great. But my like intuition was like, ooh, this is not good. But my heart was like, what are you talking about? Like, shut up. Ugh. Having fun, living life, he's hot. At the same time, there was a documentary about that guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he was in Call Me By Your Name. And there was a documentary about, like, all the girls that he had, like, essayed. And, like, for whatever reason, I was getting the same vibe. And I was also getting the same vibe of, like, maybe he was going to eat me at some point. And I can't explain why. He never, like, gave me any reason to believe that he was going to.
That's kind of interesting. She actually got a vibe, because usually women don't be getting vibes. They intuition lead them down the wrong path every time, usually. But she actually got a vibe that led her the right direction. That's crazy.
To eat me, but I started to really hone in on the fact that he was gonna, like, hurt me somehow. So we go on the date is so fun, but then at dinner after mini golf, he was like, you know what, you look just like my cousin. And I was like, oh my gosh, huh. And he was like, weird. I mean, she's hot. I'm like, oh
so you should have left then. I'm like, what? Well, I'm out of there. You're supposed to get out of there. You hear me?
Oh, okay. He showed me a picture. I look identical. And then he's telling me how hot I am the rest of the night. And I'm thinking, oh, this guy wants to fuck his cousin. This is what this is. He wants to fuck his cousin. So we go back. He gets a hotel because he has a roommate because he's in school. He brings out things that I don't want. Wait, who are you doing that with? Because it ain't me. Like, dangerous things. Like for the bedroom? I was like, this isn't like, no. We started having, like, pillow talk, okay? We're getting really deep into conversation. And he reveals to me that when he was in, like, 3rd grade, him and his sister got really curious. I'm gonna throw up. Girl. And I was like, huh? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And he, like, really gets into detail of what they did from 3rd grade to a couple of years ago. They were having a full-blown relationship. In just that one way. Okay? I really hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, okay?
What did I say?
Him and his sister had relations for years. And I'm fawning at this point because I'm like,
I want to see what the
throw up.
message said.
Girl. And I was like, huh? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And he, like, really gets into detail of what they did from 3rd grade to a couple of years ago. They were having a full-blown relationship.
Okay, his Insta also had her all over it, like they're still really, okay.
In just that one way. Okay? I really hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, okay? Him and his sister had relations for years. And I'm fawning at this point because I'm like, I'm actually in danger. This is not good. I've been drinking. I can't drive home 2 hours. And so I become a therapist. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, that probably really affected you, throughout your whole childhood. Like, do you think that's, like, brought into your adult your life? Like, I'm trying to be a therapist, and try to make him feel comfortable to just, like, keep talking. But I'm like, I really don't want to hear it, but what am I going to do? I got nowhere to go. So he tells me everything until we fall asleep. I'm driving home. He's calling me, and he's just like, I had so much fun. Like, I love getting to know you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. So much fun. But I was like, you know what? It feels like you don't really have a relationship with God. So, like, I need that. And he was like, well, I also need someone that I can... But, like... I said, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you just didn't seem into like all the things that I was into. Yeah, because I'm not. Because most people aren't. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum, but like yuck. Yucky. Yeah. No. No. Just because they look like Leo does not mean you should date them. No. Ugh. I'm so, like, honestly, this is embarrassing for me to tell. I've waited 2 years to tell this story because every time I try to, I'm like, oh, this looks bad for me. Like, well, let me know if you have any questions. Who wants to hear?
Okay. Well, yeah. Tell me what y'all think about that video in the comments, man. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe, hey kings and queens. Let's get it.